No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, anyway, so hello, Jessica. So we graphed these two things on the calculator. For some reason, Haley got very different answers. You could try just go on Zoom.
It's still doing it.
It's still doing it?
Yeah, like I have to.
Okay, I'll have to come over and take a look in a minute, okay? And then you do the same thing to find the third one right here. I guess I should do one for the fans watching at home. So let's find this third intersection point right there. So I'm going to go second calc 5, enter, enter. And then for this one, I'm going to move the cursor closer to where that intersection point is, and then hit enter again. And it's 1.11 and 5.44. Do I have something graphed wrong incorrectly?
No, yours is right.
Okay, so you have graphed something wrong.
Okay, I have 1.
-1. There it is. So what she sees is it's sort of a Harry Potter situation because it's like just this board, and then the writing just magically shows up on the board. So it looks like there's just a,
Who's Magic Alley?
Magic Alley is this cousin of mine, and she is a musician, paradoxically, not a magician, but that's the name of her band, Magic Alley. Or Magic Alley is a place that you go where there's a lot of magic shops. You like Diagon Alley, but you go to Magic Alley. Okay, number 2, solve the system by substitution. So the second equation is already solved for y for us. So I'm going to take this stuff right here and substitute it in for the y right there. One issue that some people had is that when you do that, this negative sign right here distributes to both of these terms. So when you substitute that in there, you get x minus x squared, but then it's plus 5 equals 3.
Why is it plus 3?
Because the negative, this is saying x and then the opposite of y. So the opposite of this is negative x squared plus 5. They both have to change, not just the first one. And then you what? Subtract the 3. So negative x squared plus x plus 2 equals 0. And then you can go quadratic formula right from there. Does this factor if you change all the signs? X squared, it doesn't? I think it might. X minus 2 and x plus 1, right? Yeah, so that means x could equal -1 or x could equal 2. And then don't forget you need to know the y values also, so you plug those back into there. If I add, then is this -4? Is it -1, -4? Any help? No? Nobody? If I put 2 into there and then subtract 2 from both sides, -y equals 1, so y equals -1. So those. What's what? Yeah, -4. If you want full credit, you need both answers, yeah. Okay? Okay. You could do the quadratic formula instead, and that would give you -1 and 2, but then. Right. Quadratic formula just gives you the x's. And then you need to plug them both back in, yeah. Because if we graphed these things, since you guys are asking, we would have a parabola, x squared minus 5, and then we would have a line, which would have a, let's see, y-intercept of -3 and a slope of 1, so it looks something like this. And so what we're doing is we're finding the 2 intersection points of the graph. So we need the x and the y coordinates for those points, okay? Okay, solve the system by elimination. So what do you want to do to what? To make something eliminate? Make the bottom negative, okay? So negative, negative, negative. And then if I add those together, the x's cancel, and you get -3y equals -9, so y equals 3. And then you have to take that and plug it back into one of the two equations. I'm going to put it actually into this one. 2 times 3 is 6. If I subtract 6 from both sides, then I get x equals 1. Okay? And that only has one solution because both of those are linear functions, and so they're only going to cross at one point. Okay? How are we doing so far? Super. Okay, then this says use Gaussian elimination to solve the system. You can do these on your calculator by using a matrix, okay? But since I'm a teacher, I'm going to do what we're supposed to do, and I'm going to do it the long way, the algebra way. I am just going to grade whether you got the answer correct or not. Okay? That's what I'm mainly concerned with. Sure. Which one would you like me to do? Which? Okay, got it. All right, so here's the long way. You've got to look at this and say, okay, I need to be able to eliminate one of these variables twice. And the one that jumps out at me is the x's, because I've got a 2, a 4, and a -6, and so I can make those all, well, that's not going to be great, is it? But I guess that's the best I can do. So I'm going to make these all 12s, okay? So that then I can add them together and they'll cancel in different ways. So what do I have to multiply this top one to make it 12x? Yeah, so this is going to be 12x plus 18y minus 6z equals 24. What do I have to multiply the middle one by? 3. So that gives me 12x minus 6y plus 9z equals 6. And then what do I have to multiply the bottom one by? -2, so that'll give me -12, not -2, just 2, because I want one of them to be negative so that they'll cancel. So -12x plus 14y minus 14z equals 10. Okay? So I'm going to call this equation 1, 2, and 3. All right? Oh, I guess we changed that to A, B, and C, so you wouldn't confuse. Okay, so what 2 equations should I add together to get the x's to cancel? Okay, so I'm going to add together first equations A and C. The x's cancel. Then that gives me 32y. These combine to be -20z, and that equals 34. Then if I add equations B and C together, the x's cancel again, and then that gives me 8y minus 5z equals 16. Okay. Okay, so now if I take the bottom one and multiply it by, I have to go by -4, because I need them to cancel. Then this will become -32y. This will become +20z. And this becomes -64. Okay? Right. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so this cancels and this cancels, so then you get 0 equals -30, and so that's no solution. Okay. On the calculator, it will show you have 1, 0, 0, and then a number, and then 0, 1, 0, or something, and then a number. And then down here on the bottom, it says 1, and then, no, what did it say? 0, and then 1. And so what it's saying is 0 equals 1, and that never is true. So that's a no solution. If this last one came out, no, that's never mind, okay? If it came out to be all zeros on the bottom, then it would be infinitely many solutions, I believe. Okay, so that's the fun way that you can do it with algebra. I know you're all super excited about that.
I know, but like there's 3 of these.
Uh-huh.
The next one you can do is calculate.
Okay. On the number 6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then this says use Gaussian elimination to solve the system again, and now you're tired of it. And so you just take this and you make it into a matrix.
So if it's all zeros on the bottom,
Yeah. Annie? Uh-huh. I haven't heard from you in a long time, Annie. Thanks for telling me to go back. Jessica, we're just pausing for a minute while Annie copies. Oh, okay, she's done. All right. We're back. Okay. All right, so this is going to be the matrix 1, 2, -3, -7. This is going to be 2, -3, 1, 14. And then 4, 1, -2, 3, right? Okay. So you take that and you put it in your calculator by going second matrix. And we're going to go over to edit. What are the dimensions of that matrix? 3 by 4. Whoops. 3 by, oh man. Yeah. Okay, so it's a 3 by 4. What's the first row?
1, 2, negative 3, negative 7.
Okay, and then, oh, okay. Okay, second row.
And then 2, negative 3, 1,
Wait, 2, negative 3,
1,
1,
14.
and then what?
14.
14. And then the last,
4, 1, negative 2, 3.
okay, so now I have it entered in like that, right? So now I go back to the home screen and clear all this junk out. And then I'm going to go second matrix again. This time I want to go to the math menu. And if I go to B, then that says RREF, which you all remember stands for the reduced row echelon form. What? Oh, okay. Can I have that back? Oh, yeah, yours is right here. Okay.
Oh, he knows what the test looks like.
You guys do too. Okay, and then if I go second matrix, I staple it together for you and everything. Thanks. Then if I go second matrix A, and then hit enter, now it'll give me the thing, okay? So, no, x equals 2, y equals negative 3, and z equals 1.
That doesn't make sense because 0, 1, 0 is not equal negative 3.
0, 1, no. But this first column is the x's.
Yeah.
The second column is the y's, and the third column is the z's. So if I was to rewrite this, instead of taking the equations and write a matrix, if I were to take the matrix and write equations, this would be 1x plus 0y plus 0z equals 2, which basically is a different way of saying x equals 2.
But didn't it make sense to you in the other one you were saying if there's a 1 in the bottom, then the end thing is 0?
Yeah, because then it was 0x's, 0y's, and 0z's equals 1. So that means 0 equals 1, and that's no good. Okay?
Oh,
But
okay.
these has numbers here, so you're okay. So our answer is x, 2, negative 3, and 1. Okay? So yes, calculator, considerably easier. All right? But for some reason, Riley, because he's just that kid.
I did that one.
Okay, yep, that's fine. We're going to do this the long way, okay? So which letter do you want to get rid of? X? Okay, so I'm going to make them all 4s. And I'll make this last one maybe negative 4 just for fun. So if I take the first one and multiply it by 2, I get 4x plus 6y minus 24z equals 2. Multiply the middle one by 4 gives me 4x, negative 8y plus 4z equals 16. And then the bottom one by negative 1 is negative 4x, negative y plus 14z equals negative 7, right?
They all have to, you don't have to do that.
No,
Okay,
you
like
don't.
multiply by
Right, you could do, yeah, you could multiply them by different numbers and then cancel, but for my brain, this just makes it easier, okay? All right, then if I add the first and the last together, then I get 5y minus 10z equals negative 5. And then if I add the second and third together, I get negative 9y plus 14z equals 9, okay? All right, so that's kind of gross because I can't really get anything easily that they're equal to, so I'm just going to attack the y's because the numbers are smaller. And the lowest common multiple of 5 and 9 is 45. Okay, so I have to multiply this one by 9. So this is going to be 45y minus 90z equals negative 45. And then this one by 5, negative 45y plus 70z equals 45. So these cancel. Negative 20z equals 0. So what does z equal? 0. Okay? Then if I take this 0 and plug it back into here, this is going to be gone. So 5y equals negative 5, so that means y equals negative 1. And then you can plug that back into probably the middle one is the easiest to figure out what x is. I think that comes out to be 2.
Mine gave me, when I put it in here.
Uh-huh.
Doing 1, 0, negative 3, 2.
Okay.
0, 1, negative 2, 1, and then 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, that would mean.
Oh wait, never mind. I just pulled
Okay.
it out. I got that.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, were you guys able to figure out? Oh, Annie? Uh-huh.
Oh, that's easy.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Oh, then x equals 2, right? Got it?
What?
X equals 2, right?
Yeah.
I think I said it again.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't.
I don't want to talk about it.
I got that.
Okay. I don't know. Seems like it's this. Seems like it's this. Maybe put in the wrong equation. Maybe you're doing the other test. Well, yeah, that's because you just copied down his work. You didn't do your own. I know, just kidding.
Well, it doesn't affect the second column, it only affects the first column.
I put the exact same equation.
Okay, we'll chat later. I'll have to talk to Haley about. No, Haley got her graphs fixed, right? Okay, so I'll just come back and look.
What did I get mine?
You had your trouble with the graph, but you got it.
No, I'm doing row. I think,
We are. Annie is copying down some work here, so we're
I'm gonna find out right
just in a little commercial break here. Okay. All right. Number 7 is it just says tell what elementary row operation can be applied to this matrix to get to this one. So the first one says, is it 5 times row 1? Bless you. 3 times 5 is 15, so that would work, but 6 times 5 is not 27, so that's no good. How about if I took 3 times the second row and added it to the first one? Well, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 6 is 27, so this is looking promising. 3 times 5 is 15, minus 2 is 13, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, plus 5 is negative 1. So it appears that that's what they did. So that's pretty, we haven't really talked about that notation before, but that's pretty easy money, right? To just be able to go through there and look at that.
So wait, 3 times second row.
And then add that to the first one, that will give you this guy right here.
But 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 16.
Uh-huh.
But then if you want to keep going, how do you get the rows below that on the bottom right?
Well, they just didn't change those at all. These bottom 2 rows are the same.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, tell which of the following describes the matrix. That one right there. What is that? In row echelon form, but not reduced. Yeah, I don't really know. Reduced row echelon form is when you just have the answer, right?
Oh, but it's not reduced, right?
Because there's this 2 right here, yeah. So I like answer B. I probably won't make you do that one because we didn't really talk about what those definitions are. No, you could take a stab in the dark though. Okay, number 9, write the system of equations for the augmented matrix. Do not solve. So now we're going backwards. So what? 2x plus y equals 3. Negative x plus 3y plus 4z equals 0. And then, okay, and then what we do sometimes when we're recording, just to make sure that the students are actually watching the video, is we say a secret word. Okay, so today's secret word is blueberry. And if Jessica comes in tomorrow and says blueberry, then she gets extra credit, okay? If she doesn't, though, then you guys all get extra credit. So don't tell her that the secret word is blueberry. Okay. Right, but is she watching it? Is she really watching it? That's the question. So it's a little quality control thing that I do for myself. It's like when you're watching TV and they give you a special code to enter, and what they're doing is they're figuring out how many people are watching that ad, how effective is our advertising. You know what I'm saying? So same thing for me right now. Because then if she doesn't come in tomorrow and say blueberry, next time she says, will you record? Not happening. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay, find the matrix. What? Oh, yeah, you can do it on the calculator, but a 2 by 2 is pretty easy to just do by hand. So I'm going to go this row right here times this column. So 2 times 7 is 14 plus 40 is 54. And then I'm going to stick with this row times this column. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 0 just is 18. Now we're going to go down to this row times this column. So 21 plus 8 is 29. And then 27, yeah. So yes, you're right. You can type those into the calculator and then just go back to the home screen and go A times B. And it will give you that answer, but, you know, that's like doing 5 plus 2 on the calculator. Why would you even bother? Yeah, it's like doing 5 plus 2.
Well, yeah, in your brain, not
No, for your brain. You're a pre-calculus student. Okay, write the system of equations as a matrix equation AX equals B with A as a coefficient matrix. Do not solve. So really all we're doing here is we're doing this. 2, negative 3, 1, 4. 1, 2, negative 4, 3. 1, negative 4, 0, negative 2. Okay. This is really it. I'm going to give you this exact same thing tomorrow. I'm going to let you use your phone so you can watch this video, and I'm going to let you use your notes so you can just copy them. They're both a lie. This is not. This is not your task. No, you can't use it.
What? You've been writing notes on it this whole time.
Yeah, why?
That's for. Oh, Darius gets the shush going. It would be a little ridiculous not to let you use them.
No.
To let you use them.
They're different numbers. It's just showing us how to do it. It's the same thing as your notes.
We'll talk later.
We're gonna have to spend time to use this.
I look at the thing and I have no idea how to answer this because I didn't know how I didn't know
But do you know now?
No, I'm not going to remember tomorrow.
Oh, the wording is confusing. You're not going to remember tomorrow? Then you haven't really learned anything, have you? Now I feel like quitting my job and joining the Foreign Legion. Okay, number 12. Determine the number of solutions to the augmented matrix. None, because of this 0. Then you would have all of these would just be zeros.
It looks like
So, yeah. It'd be 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, and then everybody else is a 0. Yeah, you can't have 2 solutions, right? That's just the trick. This would be one solution.
Oh, so you can't have to.
What's infinity? 0 equals 0 or 1 equals 1.
When this last row is all zeros, then that's infinitely many.
Wait, when the last?
Yeah, when the last row is all zeros.
But not really. I thought it would be like 1 to 1.
No, because then you just have like z equals 1. That's okay.
There can't be 2.
Can't be 2, no.
Oh, we aren't doing number 11.
I thought we did number 11. Yeah, we did number 11.
That's the matrix.
Yeah, that's the matrix that goes with that.
Oh, see, the whole AX equals B was that.
Yeah, what is that?
That's why I'm here.
Given up in the text.
What is that even? What are they trying to say with that?
I ain't gonna know what that means.
They're trying to say that we need to have a little conversation, Riley. Things aren't going very well. And we're just sort of breaking it down to, no, I don't know. They're just saying rewrite it as a matrix that you can use to solve the equation.
Oh, I don't like the next one.
Okay, oh, you don't like it, but it's a good one. We have to understand this, okay?
Oh, wait. This is the one where you do the thing and you have to roll.
Yeah, this is the one where you, this is the one where you do the thing. That's absolutely right. You should write that on your test tomorrow for all of the questions. This is the one where you do the thing.
So you have to do FOIL.
Right. What does it factor into? Yeah, factor. What does it factor into? X plus 3 minus 2, because 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, and 3 plus negative 2 is 1. Okay, so we're going to have something up here. It's going to still work out to be the same. Good question though, but it'll you'll get the same answers for A and B, but they'll be switched around. It'll still work. Okay, so what do I have to multiply x plus 3 by to get this? X minus 2, so that means I have to multiply the top by x minus 2. Then this x minus 2 I'd have to multiply by x plus 3, so I'm going to multiply the top by x plus 3, right?
Yeah.
Distribute ax minus 2a plus bx plus 3b, yep, equals 5x. So the coefficient on the x's have to add up to 5, and Haley's like, oh, this is an easy problem. They have to add up to 5. It's 2 and 3. But no, there's lots of them that it can add up to. So all we know is that a plus b equals 5. And then negative 2a plus 3b equals 0. Okay, so I multiply the top one by 2, I get 2a plus 2b equals 10. So 5b equals 10, so b equals 2. Right, and then if I plug this in, then you get a equals 3. So that there's no confusion, what you should write as your answer is 3 over x plus 3 plus 2 over x minus 2. And then I will know, Shayla, as long as you have the 2 over the x minus 2 and the 3 over the x plus 3, you got it right, even if it's switched around.
Yeah, I lost it somewhere.
No, I think I lost you somewhere. I'm not lost.
I got the 5b equals 10.
Okay, so b equals 2. I just took this 2 and plugged it back into the top one. Yeah. And then since the a was above the x plus 3 fraction, I wrote it as 3 over x plus 3. And the b was above the x minus 2 fraction, I wrote it as 2 over x minus 2.
Will it ever be that, like 3 over x plus 3 minus?
If one of these came out to be negative, you could write it as minus, or you could just write it as plus and negative, and it'd be the same thing. The 5x is right here. It's from the problem. Darius? I would prefer if you write your answer like this instead of a equals 3 and b equals 2, because like Shayla said, depending on the order that you write your fractions in, you could get it switched around. Okay? All right, are we okay there? Okay, so graph the system of inequalities. So I need some graph paper for this. You have a little graph on your thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're both linear. The first one, what do we know about it? Crosses the y-axis at negative 2. Has a slope of 1/3, so up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3. Solid line or dotted line? Solid. Okay, and then that one is greater than, so where would I shade? Above. All right, then the next one, what do I know about that? Crosses the y-axis at 1. Has a slope of negative 2/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know, it's true. Yeah, this is like first year algebra kind of. Because it seems too easy. Yeah. And then this one we have to shade adonde, above also.
Arriba.
Isn't that what I meant to ask? Where?
Arriba is
Okay, and then the solution is where it's double shaded, so above the green line and above the purple line. Exactly. But as long as they pay $1 million to buy them, I don't care what they think they stand for. All right, last one, solve the linear programming problem, and then we have to find the maximum. They don't want the minimum, just the maximum, okay? So, don't sound so surprised. Okay, so once again, they're giving us x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0, so you know that you have to be in the first quadrant.
So we have to graph for this one?
They don't give you a graph thing for this one? Okay, no, you're going to want to do this on actually graph paper. Um,
Right on here. You can do it algebraically.
or you could do it algebraically. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to do the double intercept method for these. So I'm going to cover up the y, and that tells me that it crosses the x-axis at, sure, and that tells me that it crosses the x-axis at -3. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do the double intercept thing because x has to be greater than 0. So I'm going to solve this for y. How do I solve that for y? Okay, good. I have to subtract x and then multiply by -1, so that means the inequality symbol gets flipped, right? So it's y is less than or equal to, yeah, x plus 3. You see what I did there? Huh? I'm on TV right now, so please don't swear. What? I flipped it because I had to divide by -1 in front of the y there, and when you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality symbol changes. So that crosses at 3 and then has a slope of 1. So it looks like this. And I'm shading below when we get to it. Okay, then if I solve this one for y, it's y is less than or equal to -2x plus 12. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it has a slope of -2. And this time I'm shading where? Below. We want the maximum though. So we are below both of those lines. So this is our little region right there. So we have 4 corner points. One of them is 0, 0. Pretty sure that's not going to give us a maximum.
Do you have to try them all one is obviously
I don't know. That has a -3x. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0. This one is 0, 3. And then this intersection point is 3, 6. Right here? That looks like 3, 6 to me. Okay, so plug those all in there. I get 0 for that one, so we didn't really have to do that one. If I plug this 6, 0 in there, I get -18. If I plug 0, 3 in there, then I get 15. And if I plug 3, 6 into there, I get -9 plus 30 is what? 21. So even with the negative, Jordan, that one worked. So this is going to be the maximum.
So it's c equals 21 at
3, 6, yeah.
Wait, how do you plug this?
I'm taking this x and y coordinate right here and plugging them in for x and y right there.
Oh, you plug them back in the
Yeah. Okay? All right? We good? Okay, say goodbye to Jessica.